Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jai. Kala Mataji, so beautiful. So
Thank you,
beautiful.
Mataji.
Very nice. Your Maha Mantra especially, it's so nice.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. It's very nice.
I'm practicing now.
Very good, very good. Okay, just the Nama Om. I've sent the audios to Roja Mataji. You just listen and sing along that. Your Maha Mantra is perfect already.
Okay.
So you can add your own variation little bit. I can see that you have added your own variation inside. So
Yeah. Okay, Mataji.
okay, so Hare Krishna, good evening, welcome, happy Ekadasi. Okay, I hope those who are fasting, you keeping up with your energy. Okay, okay, this is Sri Sri Gauranitai. It's called Juhu in India. This is Sri Sri Radha Ras Bihari Gauranitai. Oops, oh my God, sorry. Okay, Sri Sri Radha Ras Bihari is called Juhu. This is Sri Sri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman is called Juhu. Okay. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chaksurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vikna Vinasha Narsimha Iti Namine. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, let's start reading today. Who wants to go first? This one paragraph.
I try, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, thank you.
Okay. The distinction between...
Why I cannot see?
I can't see, Mataji.
I can see. I cannot see. Only see the prayer on it.
Okay, maybe the line is slow, so it will shift slowly.
Oh.
Okay. The distinction between the Jiva and the Iswara will be explained in the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. The Lord is Setrajna, conscious as in the living being, but the living being is conscious of his particular body, whereas the Lord is conscious of all bodies. Because he lives in the heart of every living being, he is conscious of the psychic movements of the particular jivas. We should not forget this. It is also explained that the Paramatma, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is living in everyone's heart as Iswara, as the controller, and that he is giving directions for the living entity to act as he desires. The living entity forgets what to do. First of all, he makes a determination to act in a certain way, and then he is entangled in the actions and reactions of his own karma. After giving up one type of body, he enters another type of body as we take off and put on clothes. As the soul thus migrates, he suffers the actions and reactions of his past activities. These activities can be changed when the living being is in the mode of goodness, insanity, and understands what sort of activities he should adopt. If he does so, then all the actions and reactions of his past activities can be changed. Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
So there are few points here. Okay, so we are learning 5 topics of Bhagavad Gita. 2 of them is Jiva and Ishvara. Okay, us, spirit soul, and the super soul, Bhagavan. Okay, and here it is mentioned that the Lord is Setrajna, conscious. That means he is aware of all living beings, while we are aware only of our own body. Okay, we only know what's happening in our body. We don't know what's happening in other people's body. But Krishna knows what's happening in everybody's body. Okay. All right, what else? Why is that so? Because he lives in the heart of every living being. What is the name that we call Krishna, referring to his position in everybody's heart?
Paramat.
Yeah, what is in English?
Super soul.
Very good, super soul. So he's conscious of the movement of the jivas, that particular jiva. Okay, and what else? So by staying in our heart, he is giving us the direction. But we all forget that he is present in ourselves. Okay, and we all act according to whatever that we want, according to our desire. So these actions, right, it creates what?
Karma. Action.
Correct. Yeah, so we are entangled in the results of our own activities, karma. Okay, so because of that, when we give up our body, we are taking a birth that is pretty much matching to the activities that we have done in our life, in past activities. Okay, so when this will be changed?
In the mood of goodness.
Very good. So why in the mood of goodness? Why it's not in passion or ignorance?
No, passion and ignorance. You can. Goodness means simply you got spiritual knowledge.
Yeah.
Activity.
Very nice. So the mode of goodness is very conducive to practice spiritual activities. So at that point of time, at that stage, one can got very high chance to elevate themselves, to go further, to transcend the mode of goodness, to transcend the 3 modes of material nature. Okay, then he will take out devotional service. Thus, he will not incur reactions to his activities, to his work. Okay, if he does so, then all the actions and reaction of his past activities can be changed. Okay, very nice. This is a trailer of what we're going to do today. So the chapter title is Nature, Enjoyer, and Consciousness. Okay. So I want to give you a sandwich. I know it's Ekadasi today, so we're going to see a sandwich today. Okay, so what we need to know is the entire Bhagavad Gita is about Bhakti. Okay, so there are 3 ways to go to Bhakti. Who can tell me what are the 3 ways? Bhagavad Gita is split into 3 sections. Okay, so the first section talks about all the yoga ladder, the dhyana yoga, karma yoga, all that. So through that you achieve Bhakti, through work. All right, through work you achieve Bhakti. The final section of Bhagavad Gita is achieving Bhakti through knowledge, Jnana Yoga. Okay, the section that we are entering today is Jnana Yoga section. So what we have done in the recent 2 weeks, chapter 7 to 12, is talking about how Bhakti itself is the ultimate perfection. Okay, so now we are entering this section, Jnana Yoga. Knowledge means Jnana. Okay, pretty clear, right? Jnana. Why we are learning this? Because we want to detach ourselves from Maya. So what is the result? We will get attached to Krishna. You have to detach from something to be attached to something else. So we are going to detach from Maya and we are attaching ourselves to Krishna. Okay, and we are going to use this knowledge to attain that devotion. So it goes on a technical process. Krishna is giving technical process because there are so many kind of people out there. Some people they can achieve Bhakti through dhyana and doing karma. Remember the different levels of devotional service. If you can't do level 1, you can do level 2, all that, right? Okay, so that is different kind of bhakti, different kind of level for different kind of people. Okay, but some people, they are more into knowledge. They want to knowledge, they want to have knowledge. Okay, remember the last level better than this is acquiring knowledge, meditation, and renunciation. Remember or not? If I ask question later, can tell or not? All the 5 levels? Can
That one is level 5, I know.
so this one very important, because you can tell people also, because people will think, oh, I'm not so qualified, I cannot enter devotion service. Then you can tell, this is where you bring in this knowledge from Bhagavad Gita, and you tell, oh, Krishna say, if you can't do this, you can do this, because eventually you can elevate yourself and attain the first level. Okay, so this is an overview of the whole Bhagavad Gita, and we are entering here, Jnana Yoga. Okay, so this chapter starts with Arjuna asking questions to Krishna. There are 6 questions. So later you tell me what are these questions, okay? So let's have Jay Mataji to read for us the English translation.
Arjuna say, "Oh my dear Krishna, I wish to know about Bhakti, nature, Purusha, the enjoyer, and the field and the knower of the field, and of knowledge and object of knowledge."
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So what are the 6 questions? Please put in the chat. What Arjuna wants to know?
Know about the Bhakti, the nature, the
Number 1 is
Purusha, the
Bhakti.
enjoyer, and the knower of the field. And the field, the knowledge and the
Knowledge
object of the
and the
knowledge.
object of the knowledge.
Okay, Kala Mataji, can you list out for us, please, verbally?
Nature, is it, Mataji?
Yeah, you can use all the English words. It's fine.
Okay, nature, then the enjoyer,
Mhm.
the field,
Mhm.
knower of the field, and of knowledge, and the object of the knowledge.
Okay, all right, 6 of the 6. That's why you see, beginning itself, so many things to remember, right? But this is very important.
Nature, Purusha.
Kriti means nature.
Yeah.
Purusha, enjoyer.
Mm.
Feel.
The
The
field.
knower of the, you have a field and you want to know who is the knower of the field. Siapa yang tahu itu padang? It's field lah, knower of the field. And knowledge and object of knowledge. Wow, so knowledge, there's one object knowledge. See, Krishna can be very technical also. He can be very simple as doing bhakti and attain perfection, but he can give you the technical knowledge as well. Because, like I said, there are different kind of people. So Krishna is feeding everybody. Okay. Okay, so Arjuna is a student. As the nature of student to ask question, so Arjuna is asking very pertinent questions to Krishna. Okay, the duty of student is to put question to the teacher. That is the duty. The duty of a disciple is to ask questions to the spiritual teacher. Okay, so from here we see that Arjuna wants to understand about certain things. Okay, let's move on. So let's put that in a list. All right. Okay, you will know that from here. Have you all written down this? Because I'm going to ask question already. Okay. What is the first 2 question?
What is
You can open your Bhagavad Gita also and tell me what is that first 2 items that Arjuna asked.
Nature.
what is the nature and
The enjoyer.
Okay, stop. Okay, okay, Mataji, I pause you there. This is the first 2 question. But Krishna will not answer this question in sequence that Arjuna asked. Krishna gonna put these 2 questions at the end of the chapter, at the last section. Okay, because this 2 is a little bit complicated. So it's really, so Krishna put it at the end. But Krishna gonna answer the other 4 questions. Okay, what is the, so see, it's coming towards the end, yeah. So what is the next 2 question?
the field and the knower of the field.
Very good. So field and the knower of the field. What is next?
knowledge
The
and the
knowledge
knowledge
and the
object.
Sorry?
The object of the knowledge.
Say again, Mataji.
Object of the
knowledge and the object of the knowledge.
Very good. Okay, so this is the sequence that we are going to learn in. Okay, Krishna will answer the field first, and then who knows the field. And then Krishna will go into what is knowledge and what is the object of the knowledge. That means the goal of that knowledge. Okay, so you can see, Krishna is not going to reply in that order. So don't forget this. Don't when you read back, let's say after 1 month you read back, hey, why Krishna is starting with field? The first question is Prakriti, nature. Okay, so Krishna is going to take the topics that are easier to understand first. Okay, he will explain the field and the knower and the knowledge. Okay, first field, knower and the knowledge and object of knowledge, and then only you'll go to Prakriti and Purusha. Okay, try to get used to familiarize with these Sanskrit terms. All right, Prakriti, Purusha. Okay, so that's part 1 and part 2. Okay, so we will not go into part 2 today. Part 2 will be for next week. So we will cover this. Yeah, so I'm taking you slowly. Yeah, so ready with your notes. All right. Okay, so now Krishna is answering. Kala Mataji, English.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "This body, O son of Kunti, is called the field, and one who knows this body is called the knower of the field." The scion of Bharata, you should understand that I am also the knower in all bodies, and to understand this body and its knower is called knowledge. This is my opinion.
Okay, so Krishna is answering. Field, knower of the field, definition of knowledge. And in between that, Krishna is also telling about the knower of all the fields. Okay, question. Siapa mau jawab? Jai Mataji. What is field? Jai Mataji, you're there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, what is field?
Not sure, Mataji.
Okay, Guna Mataji. What is field?
This body,
Okay, this body. Hold on. This body is called the field. Okay, next, Yashoda Priya Mataji. What is the knower of the field?
The knower of the field is the soul, the individual soul.
Okay, so in another word is this one who knows this body is called the knower of the field. In another word, like Mataji said, is the soul, us. Our soul knows our body. Okay, we know our body. Okay, all right, so what else? Is there only one knower in the body? Roja Mataji? How many knowers are there in one body?
Soul and super soul.
Okay, so
What's right?
okay, so what is super soul doing here? He is the knower.
He is the knower of the field.
Some more. Which field?
And knower, is it knower in all bodies?
Very good. Yes. He is also the knower in all bodies. Krishna said he knows all the bodies. Okay. Last one. Very short lah. Our round. Okay. So what is knowledge? Who can tell? What is knowledge?
to understand this body,
It's just half of the answer. Okay, we learn about the field, we know about the knower. So what is knowledge?
The object of the knowledge, our senses,
Not yet. We haven't gone into object of knowledge yet. So now we are still at knowledge. What is knowledge? All
knowledge.
the answers are there only in the verse.
to understand this body and its knower.
Yes, the relationship. to understand the concept, the relationship between the body and the knower is the knowledge. Can I, Matajis? To understand this body and its knower is called knowledge. Okay? Okay, what is feel?
Body,
Okay. Knower of the feel?
the individual soul,
Okay, what else? How about the super soul?
Paramatma, the
What does he know?
Knower of all souls.
knower of all soul, yeah.
Okay, what is knowledge?
Understanding the body.
Just half of the answer.
And just now,
Say again.
The relationship between the body and the knower.
Yes, to
the-
understand,
understand
to
and the
understand the body
knower.
and its knower is called knowledge. Okay,
This train our mind, train our memory.
I know. He said, God, I also haven't eaten, so God bless me until what 9 o'clock.
And it's knower. It's called knowledge. The
Okay,
knower.
so let's give a simple example. So we have tenants and we have landlords. Okay, orang yang rental, orang yang kasih rental. Okay. Okay, so you rent an apartment. So how many houses that you would know that when you own one house? The plumbing lah, the electrical lah, the kitchen lah, the room lah, all this. For how many houses would you know?
Only one house. You
Only one
know
house, only our house we know. Okay. But the landlord, he would know all the apartments. He will know about everything. Oh, this apartment got this problem, this apartment got this family, this apartment got this issue. He will know everything. Okay, we will only know what's happening in our house. Okay, another example, a farmer example. Let's say we are one person, I'm a farmer. I only know what's happening in my land, on my land. Okay, but king knows about all the land. All right, so these are the two examples. So like this, okay, only us, we will know only the pain and pleasure that our body is going through. I don't know about your pain. You wouldn't know about my pain and pleasure in other bodies. Okay, so you only know your pain and pleasures, you do not know mine. Okay, but Krishna, as the super soul in the heart of all living entities, he knows about everyone. All right, so that is the difference about tenant and the landlord, farmer and the king, the spirit soul and the super soul. Okay, this is the difference. All right. Okay, so this is a story of a person called Kanaka. Did I narrate this story in level 1 or before this? Anybody can remember Kanaka? Anybody? No? Okay, so this is the first time, right? So I understand we might not be able to read because the caption's pretty tiny. So let me just narrate the story. So one day, Kanaka was cooking. He was making chapati. Suddenly, one dog entered his house. Okay, the dog took the chapati that he made. But Kanaka turned and looked, and the dog dropped the chapati and ran off. All right. And Kanaka ran after the dog, is calling him, come back, come back, come back. So it's very weird, right? Why he want to call a dog who actually, entered his house and then took the chapati, stole his food, but then eventually it dropped and went off. Okay. So when people saw him chasing the dog, they asked, why are you running after the dog, Kanaka? All right. Then Kanaka answered, God came to my house and went away without accepting the roti. So everybody laughed. Ha ha ha, look at Kanaka, he's calling dog as God. All right, so everybody was ridiculing him, laughing at him. What is he talking? But then there's their guru observing what's happening. So this guru's name is Vyasa Tirtha. But Vyasa Tirtha understood. He was thinking in his mind, Kanaka sees God everywhere and in everything. He is a true worshipper. This is what's been running inside the guru's mind. Okay, so he wanted to show people that the Kanaka is a very nice devotee. Okay, so later on, this Kanaka became this guru's favorite disciple, and people were started being envious about it. Okay, and this guru realized that he sensed that something is not right going around, that people are being envious about Kanaka, and he find that this is the right time for me to show people that how exalted Kanaka is, his consciousness. So he called all of them, he gave them banana. Okay, he gave them banana and he told all of them, go and eat this banana where nobody watches you. Okay, so that's the deal. So everybody ran. You can see everybody is running away. Go to some secluded spot and eat the sacred banana unobserved by anyone. So the disciples all ran in different directions. Okay. One person went to eat on the tree. One person went to hide in the hay. And then there are other version, people say somebody went under the water, so because they don't want people to see them eating the banana. Okay, then everybody came back. We have obeyed your order, master. They came and told him they have eaten the banana. Okay, very good. But where is Kanaka? Kanaka, come forward. So when Kanaka came forward, he was still having the banana in his hand. Say, why Kanaka? Why you haven't eaten the banana yet? Then Kanaka said, how can I eat the banana unobserved by God? He is everywhere. He said that. Okay, he has the understanding that God is the knower of all the fields, that he is present everywhere. So this is the concept that Kanaka has actually realized it. Okay, knowing is one thing, but realizing it one thing, another thing. Okay, so Vyasatirtha gave a conclusion. You see, for Kanaka, God is not just a name to be invoked in prayer. So it is not an occasional word that you invoke when you are praying. He is real and he is always present. So it has to be a part of your life, not a part of your day. Understand? Okay, so this is the understanding of Kanaka, personality called Kanaka. Right? Okay, so we are entering another section of information. So please remember to take down. If you can't remember, you just take down. All right. So here Krishna is talking about the field. Field is what? What is field?
The body.
Okay, so now Krishna is going to give us the knowledge about body. In chapter 2, what knowledge Krishna gave? Chapter 2. What was the first knowledge Krishna gave? Started talking. Guna Mataji. Chapter 2. Everybody there? Roja Mataji.
Chapter 2.
Yes,
Okay, what was in chapter 2? What knowledge Krishna gave us?
he gave us how to attain him.
That's chapter 8.
Okay.
What was the first knowledge that Krishna gave when Arjuna was in distress? Jai Mataji?
Ask him to fix his mind. Is it?
No.
We are not this body.
Jai Mataji? This today we're going to have a lot of questions, so please don't go anywhere. Please put your phone terbalik. Okay, don't look at your phone screen. Okay, my request. Chapter 2. What happened in chapter 2? What Krishna gave? What first knowledge that Krishna gave when Arjuna was in distress? Kala Mataji. Yeah, in level 2,
Is it? He said, do your prescribed duty and leave the results to him.
No. Chapter 2. Open your Bhagavad
We,
Gita.
we cannot die, you means?
What is that? What topic is that, Mataji?
You said we cannot. We are the soul and we are not the body.
That is the first knowledge Krishna gave Arjuna, isn't it?
Oh.
That we are not the body, we are the soul. Okay, so that's the difference between Body and soul, the analytical study of body and soul. The soul cannot be cut into pieces, the soul cannot die, the soul takes another body. Remember now, Mataji? Chapter 2, very important, soul versus body. Okay, so now fast forward to chapter 13, Krishna is giving knowledge about body. What is this body made of? Okay, this body is made of 24 elements. Okay, so I will read this. Please take down. Please try to remember. Please try to compute whether you get 24 elements or not. Okay, the 5 great elements. Okay, 5 great elements means the Pancha Mahabhuta. What is Pancha Bhuta? Who knows? Kala Mataji. Panchabhutas. 5.
Earth, Mataji,
Correct.
water,
Mm-hmm.
fire,
Yeah.
air,
Okay.
and space.
Very good. 5, sudah ada 5. Okay. We are going to the next one. Look at the next one. False ego, intelligence, the unmanifested. Okay. Another word for unmanifested is subtle body. So you have 3. So add 5 to the 3. Okay. I will explain what are these. Okay. And then we have 10 senses. Okay, 10 senses. 5 is to acquire. 5 is knowledge acquiring senses. Another 5 is working senses. Knowledge acquiring senses means how you get information. How you get information? By?
You can hear.
Yeah. Name me the senses. What senses you use to acquire knowledge? Jay Mataji, I want to kacau you some more. Mataji, don't run.
Listen.
Okay, you mean ears, right?
Yes, yeah. Eyes.
Yes.
Nose,
Yes.
Nose also.
Yes, nose.
Okay,
Tongue.
and tongue also.
Tongue.
And sense, touch.
What organ is that?
Hand.
skin,
Skin. Eyes, ear, nose, tongue, and skin. These are 5 knowledge acquiring senses. Okay, now what is the next senses I said? There are 5, right, out of this 10. Who remembers?
working senses,
Alright, working senses. Okay, Guna Mataji, can you give me 5 working senses? What are the senses that are working in on your body?
legs, hands,
Legs, hands,
voice.
very good, voice,
Another 2 I forgot.
anus, and genitals.
Oh yeah,
Are all working senses. So you have how many already so far? So
5.
anybody keeping count?
10.
Okay. So one more is mind. Look at this, the mind. Mind. So add this on. Okay. How many already? Hmm? 5, 6, 7, 8 plus 10, 18, 19. 19 plus 5.
24.
Yeah, sudah kau tim 24.
Yeah.
These are what made these are the components of the field of activities. Okay, the body. Okay, the verse is not done yet. Okay, we have this desire, hatred, happiness, distress. These are all interactions. Okay, we are the field. When we have body, we have the senses and the elements and all. And then there are interaction. We interact, right? So this is our interaction. Desire, hatred, happiness, distress. Okay. And then there is the life symptom. Life symptom is the consciousness of our soul, right? The life symptom and convictions. These are the interactions. All these are considered summary. These are all these are considered in summary to be the field of activities and its interactions. Okay. Okay. So at this point, I would like to tell you that Bhagavad Gita is actually summary of all the Vedas and Upanishads. If you want to learn more of certain things that we see in Bhagavad Gita, the Bhagavad Gita might not have all the details in details, all the information in detail. You have to go back and refer Vedas, Upanishads. Okay. So breaking this down, 5 gross elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. And then we have knowledge acquiring senses: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. Working senses: okay, voice, legs, hands, anus, genitals. Sense objects: eye, ear, form, sound, smell, taste, touch. This we will look at it later. All right, the subtle body is comprised of mind, intelligence, false ego. Okay, this is pradhana. Okay, we will cover this later. This is 24 field of activities. Okay, so these are the 5 great elements. Okay, earth, water, fire, air, ether. All right, all of these different elements are related to different sense objects. Like with ether, what sense object we engage? What is ether related to? Guna Mataji? What is the purpose of ether around us? To transmit something.
Means smell.
No.
Either.
This is the, is it waves to, is a medium for sound to travel, right? Right? Okay. So, we can, okay, with ether, we can hear sound. With the air, we can feel, the air we can feel with the touch, cold breeze, warm breeze, all that. Okay, fire also we can feel. Okay, water has taste, so we taste that with tongue. All right, the earth also has smell. So all these we can perceive through our senses. Okay, now do you have the question how these elements are related to our body? Anybody has that question? If not, I will ask. How earth is related to body? How water is related to body?
Water.
How? Okay. Like I mentioned, Bhagavad Gita only gives information in summary. For details, we have to go to the Vedas. So like that, I made a little bit of digging to see where this information coming from, and I found the information about body is given in Sariraka Upanishad. Sarira means body. So it turned out to be this one of these Upanishad. This is one of the 32. Okay, like this. We have 4 Vedas, right? One Veda will have certain number of Upanishads, but they may not have same number of Upanishads. So one of the 4 Veda is Yajur Veda. Okay, we have Sama, Atharva, Rig, and Yajur Veda, right? So under the Yajur Veda, there are 32 Upanishads. So Sariraka Upanishad is one of it. Okay, and it is dedicated to give knowledge about physiology. It's called Physiology Upanishad. So you have information about that. So you see the Vedas, it's actually very comprehensive, and it has lots of information about everything. Everything is coming from there. Okay, so it's not only very religious thing. It's not that. Okay, it's a handbook. Okay. All right. So can we have somebody to read, because I've spoken a lot already? Roja Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. It asserts that whatever is hard in any living body is the essence of earth. That which is fluid part is the essence of water. The hot in a body is the essence of fire. That which moves is essence of air. And the openings or pores in the body is of the essence of cosmic space.
Right. Okay. So all the things that you can touch is earth. Okay. That's why after cremate, burn, we go back to the earth. Okay, where we came from. Okay, which is fluid part is the essence of water. So our body is filled with water, saliva, urine, all this sweat. All right, so these are all water based. Okay, fire, our digestion fire, of course. All right, so which moves, whatever moves in our body is air. Okay, we breathe, right? And the openings are the space. Okay, good knowledge today. Can share. Huh? This detail is not in Bhagavad Gita. I just made some digging, and I was also very curious. How is it really related to our body? Okay. Okay, so we are still on the field of activity. These are the senses. Okay, so I don't think I need to repeat. So these are pretty straightforward, right? So we have subtle body and we have gross body. So in body, we have different kind of senses. One is working senses and the other is knowledge acquiring senses. Okay, so this one all we already covered through Q&A earlier. Okay, now this one, subtle body. I've done this in revision level 1, but I can do the revision again. Okay, so the point here is that we have to use our mind and intelligence and remove the false ego. We have to shed this. When we die, right? When we die, we are shedding this gross body. Okay, but to get back the original form of the soul, you have to shed this one as well. These three: mind, intelligence, and false ego. Because only when the spirit is pure, it will go back to the spiritual world. Okay, until then, this soul with the three coverings, it will go on to take another body. So whatever activity that we are doing now, all this information is stored here, stored in the subtle body, in our mind, in our intelligence. Okay, so what is false ego, what is pure ego? So that is difference. Pure ego means that we are a spirit soul. False ego means thinking that we are the body. So most of the time we are controlled by false ego. We are thinking that we are the body, we are the controller. So that is what it means by false ego. Okay, so all right, so soul is eternal. Gross body is always changing. There are 6 processes that a body will go through. Okay, let's see what are the 6 changes. So am I going too fast? Can understand, right? So this mind, if you remember the sloka where it says that this transmigration is like the breeze carrying fragrant aroma through a garden of flowers. So it will take along whatever there in the air, and then it will go to a next place. So that place, when the breeze come to that place, the breeze will smell so nice, fragrant. So if the breeze goes through a garbage, so it will bring bad smell to you. So like that, whatever activity that we are doing in this life, it will be brought on. Okay, it will be brought on to our next life. So like this, that's why all our activities will be registered here. Okay, so remember, when the soul has to go back to the spiritual world where it came from, it has to let go this gross body and subtle body. Then only the soul can go back, attain the pure form. Currently, we are now embodied soul. The soul has taken a body, so that's why it's called embodied soul. Yeah. All right. So we were talking about the 6 transformation a human body goes through, a body goes through. Okay, can we have somebody to read this, please?
Mataji, I read.
Yes, Mataji, carry on.
Just as the fruits and the flowers of a tree in due course of time undergo 6 changes: birth, existence, growth, transformation, dwelling, and then death. The material body, which is obtained by spiritual soul under different circumstances, undergoes similar changes. However, there are no such changes for the spirit soul.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. So you can see that Krishna has given the trailer of a body and soul in chapter 2. Now, when it comes to the details, right? For the details, he is giving us in chapter 13. So now he's telling that the body is going through so many changes, but the spirit soul doesn't. But in chapter 2, Krishna gave a very simple explanation. Okay, the soul changes body like how we change dress every day. Very simple example. But those who want to dive in further, then they can come to chapter 13 and understand exactly what it means. Okay, what are the transformation the body goes through? The body doesn't only take birth and die or get old. All right, there are 6. First is taking birth. Next, grows. The body grows. After that, it maintains for some time, right? Because all the activities will take place. Okay, and then it will produce. Expansion means produce byproducts, give birth to offspring. Okay, so this one. All right, and then deterioration, dwindling. This is called dwindling, getting old, disease, finally death. These are the 6 transformation. Okay, this was given by Madhvacharya. I couldn't find the source, but I can only find who said this. So I couldn't find the exact details. But this is mentioned in Bhagavatam. In Bhagavatam, it is mentioned there is 6 sad, S-A-D. Sad means 6, Janmadhya. After birth, it goes through 6 processes. All right. Okay, can you remember? Taking birth, growing, maintenance. Okay, you can use this also: birth, existence, growth, transformation, dwindling, and then death. Transformation can be expansion, giving birth to young, right? That one. Okay, so these are all the interactions we already mentioned earlier. We have this angry, disgusted, fearful, happy, neutral, and sad. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure why the miracle tree is here. Okay, I think it's because the tree, it may be the neem can be something very bitter. Okay, but because of this medicinal value, it is a much sought after product after turmeric. Okay, like if turmeric is the most sought after thing and neem is the second. Okay, so the usage of this neem tree has changed. The benefit of it is changed. Okay, from just being a bitter item, it has become something very useful. So if it is used properly for a particular usage, then it fits the purpose of the neem tree. Okay, otherwise the value is not realized. All right, so like that, our subtle body, even though you wouldn't it can be affected by so many things, so many bitter things, but why don't we try to use it in a good way? Like you do a lot of good things like devotional services, and then you influence how the subtle body absorbs the information, the impressions that you are giving your subtle body, because it's going to carry you to the next life. Okay, and it is mentioned that even devas, they want to take birth in this Kali Yuga, because Kali Yuga has a promotion going on, whereby you can get the love of Godhead just by chanting. You don't have to do yagya, you don't really have to do temple building or meditation for hundreds and thousands of years, but just by chanting Mahamantra, you can go back to Krishna. So even the devas, they want to take the birth here because they can get gross body. They want to get the gross body because you can't. It's easy to practice devotion service and go back to Krishna's world. Okay, so it's a very valuable thing that we have now, this human body. So let's try to make it, full use of it to bring us further. Okay. So these are 20 items important for bhakti. Okay, can we have somebody to read? Just read the whole list, because the whole sloka is about the list. You can just read on and go like that. Guna Mataji. Mataji, you're there? Anybody else? Kala Mataji.
I try, Mataji.
Roja Mataji can. Roja Mataji.
Okay. Humility. Sorry, catalyst for bhakti. 20 items. Humility, pridelessness, non-violence, tolerance, simplicity, approaching a bona fide spiritual master, cleanliness, steadiness, self-control, renunciation of the objects of sense gratification, absence of false ego, the perception of the evil of birth, death, old age and disease, detachment, freedom from entanglement with children, wife, home and the rest, even-mindedness amid pleasant and unpleasant events, constant and unalloyed devotion to me, aspiring to live in a solitary place, detachment from the general mass of people, accepting the importance of self-realization, and philosophical search for the absolute truth. All this I declare to be knowledge, and besides this, whatever there may be is ignorance.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So these are 20 items important for Bhakti, catalyst for Bhakti. Okay, so we need to understand why we have just learned the 24 elements. We need to know what the body is made of. So to break away from these 24 elements, to break out from this body, we need to know that what is the body is made of. So with that knowledge, you want to get out of this body. You see, you have the gross body, and then you made of these 24 elements, and then you have to try to use these elements to be favorable in your spiritual journey. After that, if you conquer that, then you have this subtle body that you need to take care of, because it's going to bring you further to another birth, another body. So you need to take care of that too. Okay, and then only the spirit soul will be in the pure form. So this is why this whole knowledge is important. You can learn all this knowledge and come to a conclusion that the soul should go back to Krishna, or you can take the chapters on Bhakti Yoga and then just engage in devotion service, and you will still go to Krishna. Okay, these are the you get all this conclusion. You will come to you will take all this knowledge and you will come to the same conclusion. Okay, so it's really up to different people how they want to embark on this journey. Okay, now look at these 20 items. So these are the items that is very important for us to understand this knowledge. However, the most important point in this is the constant and unalloyed devotion to me. If you have this, then it's shortcut. Okay, and how do you get this? You go through this, approaching a bona fide spiritual master. Okay, with our own endeavor and own effort, it's going to take a very long time. Okay, so this is the shortcut and fast track. Okay, all right. So among these catalysts, most important point is unalloyed devotion. Okay, so let's move. Okay, this is knowledge. Okay, we are actually repeating this. All right. What is knowledge? Approaching a bona fide spiritual master, constant and unalloyed devotion to me, even-mindedness amid pleasant and unpleasant events, accepting the importance of self-realization, philosophical search for the absolute truth. All this I declare to be knowledge, and besides this, whatever they may be is ignorance. Okay, so just develop unalloyed devotion and get out of this bodily concept of life. Okay, so it's very specific. If one takes the devotional service in full Krishna consciousness, the other 19 items automatically develop with him. Okay, so that is the magic. You develop this, the others will come along. Okay, buy one, get 19 free. Okay. Okay, so now we are going into the super soul topic. So we learn about the field. So Krishna has extensively given the knowledge about the field. Okay, so now we are going into the knower of the field. The knower of the field, we know already, the spirit soul, we have that knowledge already. Now we are going to understand the second knower of the field, that is the super soul, and that is what Krishna is going to explain now. Okay, somebody read this for us, please.
Read, Mataji.
Yes, Kala Mataji.
Okay. I shall now explain the knowable, knowing which you will taste the eternal, Brahman, the spirit, the beginningless and subordinate to me, lies beyond the cause and effect of this material world.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. So here Krishna is talking about Brahman, that the Brahman, the light, the Jyoti, whatever that in other terms that we can call Brahman, the light, he is declaring here that he is subordinate to me. Okay, so remember, right? Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. So Krishna is saying this Brahman is subordinate to me, and he lies beyond the cause and effect of this material world, and that's how he pervades the entire world, all right, entire creation. Okay, so Krishna has explained the field of activities and the knower of the field, which is us. Now he is going to explain the second knower. Okay, all right. Somebody can read for us, please. These are the characteristics or attributes of super soul. Come, somebody.
I read now.
Yes, Mataji.
Everywhere are his hands and legs, his eyes, heads, and faces, and he has ears everywhere. In this way, the super soul exists, pervading everything.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. He pervades everything. He can see everything. He can hear everything. His heads and faces and eyes and ears are everywhere. Otherwise, why? How did he come to save? Who's this? Who's this lady here? Everybody on the other side?
That one,
Draupadi, right?
Yes, Draupadi. She is calling
yeah.
from the palace, and Krishna is somewhere in his spiritual world. So how did he hear? Because he pervades everywhere, his hands, legs, eyes, heads, faces, ears, everywhere. So that's how he could come and rescue Draupadi. Okay, so super soul is in all living entities. He's all pervading. That's how he can understand and see everything. Okay, and that is how the knower of all the bodies. Okay, and next. Tunilu Mirpantu. Yes, that's right. Okay, so this is an example of sun, right? The sun is all pervading. Okay, I can see sun from Malaysia. My friend can from KL. My friend can see sun from Kedah. Jay Mataji can see sun from Serdang. Right? Roja Mataji can see the sun from Malacca, but we are looking at the same sun. The sun is one. Okay, but we are seeing him everywhere. So like that, the super soul is one, and he is everywhere. Okay, so again, I would like to say this. I don't know if I've said this before. We know generally in so many faiths and so many books, so many philosophers, they have said that God is great. But the way these scriptures like this, especially Bhagavad Gita, for the essence of knowledge, you can understand how great God is. Right? When somebody says how great God is, then you have a lot of information to tell. You can tell this example, you can tell Draupadi's example, you can tell the source of everything, from him everything comes, all the material world and spiritual world, everything comes from him. And you can talk about Garbhotakasai Vishnu, Shirotakasai Vishnu. You can tell, these are all explain how great God is. God is just not great. Full stop. It's not just that. Okay? And he also mentioned a lot of things about himself in chapter 10, okay, or the opulence of the absolute. So please read that again and again to understand how great God is, okay, and why Krishna is God. Okay, that's very important also. So we have to understand the greatness, that he is complete and full in all his opulence. Okay, and after knowing this, what Krishna say, that kind of person will engage in devotional service. Okay, that will be the next step. After knowing this, what they will do. Okay, oh, now he's so huge and so great. How would he accept our offering? How would he accept our love? But Krishna accepted a couple of fruits from the fruit vendor, right? Very simple lady. But he accepted that because she gave him with lots of love. So this is our understanding. Okay. All right. So continuing on the attribute of the super soul. So anybody would like to continue?
Can I read, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
The super soul is the original source of all senses, yet he is without senses. He is unattached, although he is the maintainer of all living beings. He transcends the modes of nature, and at the same time, he is the master of all the modes of all of material nature.
Okay, so yeah, just because we can't see him, it does not mean he is there. He is there. And that's our offerings. Okay, as Paramatma, he's in everybody's heart. Okay, and he's the maintainer. After maintaining, he is still remain unattached. Okay, unattached. He's the maintainer. He transcends the mode of nature. Okay, so this one we will see later in chapter 14 we will see. Okay, so this is an extension of chapter 7. There's a verse in chapter 7. Krishna says that he is the master of material nature. This divine energy of mind, consisting of the three modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome. We already covered this in chapter 7, right? But those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. Okay, different mode, different activities and different effect. Okay, but Krishna says, if you surrender unto me, you will be able to transcend this mode. This is what you call transcend, meaning you can cross beyond it. So he's the master. So when you want to escape from a prison, all right, you will want to make friendship with the warden, because the warden can let you out. So like that, we want to make friendship with Krishna, so he can let us out. So that is the concept. Okay, Krishna's senses are not material, they are transcendental. Okay, Krishna doesn't need mouth to eat. He can eat through his eyes. Okay, so he's not like us. We can only eat through our mouth. We cannot put food in any other holes. Okay, it doesn't work. But Krishna is not like that. So he does not have material senses like this. So this is, like I said, Bhagavad Gita is summary. Okay, information. If you want more, you can read the Upanishads. So this is the distinction between super soul and the conditioned soul is given in detail in Svetasvatara Upanishad, if you want. Okay, and also we covered earlier, right, the difference between soul and super soul. The soul only knows the activities in our body. The super soul knows the activities of all the bodies. Okay, if you want to know more, you can read Svetasvatara Upanishad. Okay, he has no material eyes like us. Okay, like I say, he can take our offering through our eyes. He can see the past, present, and future. Remember, Krishna say, I'm the past, I'm the middle, and I'm the beginning. Okay, I'm the beginning, I'm the middle, and I'm the end. Okay, and he doesn't have legs like us. Okay, he can travel through all the places throughout the universe, not like us. Okay, so this is difference between Krishna's senses and our senses. Okay, so far all okay? All right, text 16. Who can read for us? Guna Mataji, are you there?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
The supreme truth exists outside and inside of all living beings, the moving and the non-moving, because he is subtle, is beyond the power of the material senses to see or to know. Although far, far away, he is also near to all.
Okay, yeah, so like the Draupadi story, right? He can be so far away, but he's very near to us. He's outside and inside of all living entities. Okay, so this is pretty straightforward. Although far, far away, is also near to all. So we always have to remember that Krishna is so near to us. Okay. Okay, next, text 17, someone. So we are just reading on the attributes of characteristics, qualities of super soul. Okay, we are understanding super soul now. Remember how great is God. We are learning that now.
I'll read, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji.
Although the super soul appears to be divided among all beings, he is never divided. He is situated as one. Although he is the maintainer of every living entity, it is to be understood that he devours and develops all.
Okay, understand. Okay, so this one, there's one super. So did I give you the verse of Om Purnamada, that whatever that comes out from this complete whole from Krishna, this things that come out from Krishna is complete on its own, and no matter how many complete units come out from this whole complete, this whole complete remains complete. This is from Ishopanishad. All right, Yashoda Priya Mataji, do you know that verse? Om Purnamada. Do you know that verse?
That you lit one candle, it means
Yes,
one
yes.
candle can lit many candle.
Yeah,
But
so that doesn't mean that original candle light will be diminished, right? Yeah, so like that, even though the super soul is inside so many living entities, he himself is remaining complete. Okay, he does not get divided. Okay, all right, what else? He's never divided here, he's situated as one. And then, although he is maintainer of living entity, he also devours. What does that mean? Which attribute Krishna is referring to? The clue is chapter 11. What Krishna says there? Can anybody recall that line? He says, what I am, and I came here to what? Remember, Arjuna will ask, who are you? What is your mission? Why have you come? You know that question. So how Krishna answer that? Somebody please tell me that you remember.
I can't.
Krishna says, what I am? Anybody else? Roja Mataji, do you remember what Krishna says in chapter 11? Nobody? Time I am.
Oh, time I am.
And then what Krishna says, why has he come? Guna Mataji, why Krishna came? Okay. Everybody, keep your Bhagavad Gita with you. I'm going to tell which was.
If there is irreligious, I will come down and don't know.
Text 32.
Text
Guna
32.
Mataji, can you read for us text 32 translation?
You means
Chapter
11.
11, text 32.
Chapter 7.
11.
11.
Kala Mataji, we don't want to trouble Yashoda and Priya Mataji all the time.
11.
Let's have some contributions.
Text 32, is it?
Yes, Mataji, please read.
Of all creations, I
No,
am the...
chapter 11.
Oh yeah, sorry. Chapter 11, text 32.
We go flashback a bit.
Yeah, got ready.
Since we all have some memory problem.
Okay, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, time I am, the great destroyer of the worlds, and I have come here to destroy all people. With the exception of you, the Pandavas, all the soldiers here on both sides will be slain.
Yeah, so what Krishna is saying, why is he come here?
To destroy all the people, and he has planned all this.
Yes, that's why Krishna says this, devour. Okay, so let's go back one verse, Roja Mataji, text 31. We want to know why Krishna is saying this.
Text 31. Okay. I see all people rushing.
No, 31. Just now you read 32, right?
Yeah, correct. Okay. O Lord of Lords, so fierce of form, please tell me who you are. I offer my obeisances unto you. Please be gracious to me. You are the primal Lord. I want to know about you, for I do not know what your mission is.
Yeah, so see, Arjuna is asking a question because after seeing everything, the universal form, Arjuna was dumbstruck. He was thinking, oh my God, who is this person that I've been dealing with? I putting leg on him, I put a hand on his shoulder, I've called him with so many names, and then he seems to be the, like the Supreme Lord. Can I know who you are actually, why you have come? So like that, Krishna will say, time I am. I have come to destroy everyone. Okay, at the same time he also develops all, so it shows that Krishna does a lot of things, so many things, and that's how this greatness is. Okay, this is all about his greatness. So remember that how great God is, how God is great. So this way, the quality and the quantity. Okay, so continue to talk about the super soul. Okay, who wants to go? Anybody can go. Come on, Matajis, quickly.
Okay, Mataji, I read.
Yeah.
He is the source of light in all luminous objects. He is beyond the darkness of matter and is unmanifested. He is knowledge. He is the object of knowledge and he is the goal of knowledge. He is situated in everyone's heart.
Okay, thank you. So finally, Krishna, all this while Krishna be telling this is the quality, this attributes and everything, right? So finally in text 18, Krishna is clearly reveals the identity of the one who he has been describing. Okay, who? He's saying he's the source of light, he's beyond the darkness of matter, he is unmanifested, he is knowledge, he is the object of knowledge, he is the goal of knowledge, he is situated in everyone's heart. So who is that? He is the super soul. Okay, so this is where he declares. Okay, so who is residing in everybody's heart? It's him, because he already say this quality that the super soul has. Krishna already said earlier, he is subordinate to me. All right, so he is the one that pervades everything. He clearly declared that. Okay, text 19. This is a summary that Krishna is giving about these 4 questions. Jai Mataji. Guna Mataji.
Thus, the field of activities, the body, knowledge, and the knowable have been summarily described by me. Only my devotees can understand this thoroughly and thus attain to my nature.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So this is the summary. The field of activity means
The body.
okay. Knowledge means
The knowable,
I mean,
I'm actually I'm shuffling the question now. Knowledge means
senses.
no.
The knowledge and the
Remember, there's whenever you answer, I say you're just giving me the half of the answer.
understanding the body
And
and the knower.
yes, okay, very good. Okay, so what else? Knower. Talk about knower.
Knower means the soul, the individual soul.
And
The know all the body is the super soul.
very good. Okay. All right. So I think that's sufficient. Okay. And who can understand this whole knowledge and then attain his nature? Only his devotees. Okay. So these are the recap. So I think what we did recap earlier, that is sufficient. Okay. So there is this story here, at the end of this session, I'm sure many of us like drained out already. Okay, so this is a person here, he's reading, but he's illiterate. Okay, he can't read actually. So he was just looking at the cover of the Bhagavad Gita and he was crying and crying and crying. So came along Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu came and he asked, why are you crying? Because everybody was teasing him. Oh, he doesn't know how to read and he is simply making a show or something like that. Then Mahaprabhu came to him and asked, why are you crying? My guru told me to take this Bhagavad Gita and just look at this picture. So the cover of the picture has Krishna driving Arjuna's chariot. Okay, I understand you are looking at the book and because you cannot read, but why are you crying? Because when I take this book, I can only see that Krishna is sitting as a driver and Krishna is speaking and Arjuna is hearing. Okay, then Krishna taking that service of driving Arjuna's chariot is something very touching for him. He has accepted a menial service of his devotee. So he feels like it gives me so much pleasure that I started crying. So he actually dwelled into that mood and he started feeling overwhelmed with that look, that image. Okay, so Mahaprabhu say, you are so right. Even though you don't know how to read, you have the essence of the Bhagavad Gita, and that is perfect. You have understood the mood. Okay, so this is the thing. If you simply remember Krishna, if you simply remember Bhagavad Gita as something that Krishna is teaching Arjuna and Arjuna is hearing, then if you simply remember the picture, that is sufficient because that picture itself has a lot of information inside. Okay, so you're actually understanding the information of Bhagavad Gita in that way. So if you think that, even if you think you cannot read, if you understand this concept, then it's perfect. That's what Mahaprabhu is telling. Okay, so let's read the last slide, somebody. Ashita Priya Mataji,
Mataji,
Aroja Mataji, can.
in spite of our not understanding everything very analytically as they are described in the Vedic scriptures, one can understand himself by the simple process by chanting the holy name of the Lord. This is special gift of Lord Chaitanya. He said that if you chant this Hare Krishna mantra, then automatically everything will be revealed unto you.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. So, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is itself perfect to understand Krishna. But somebody asked my Guru, this is just a sharing, somebody asked my Guru Maharaj, why are we reading the books then? Then Guru Maharaj, actually the question was, do we need to read Vedas? Then Guru Maharaj said, the Vedas have material knowledge, how to purify your existence, okay, leading the righteous way, okay. But Maha Mantra itself is perfect. You should, compared to the Vedas, you should just chant the Maha Mantra. But the reading itself is important because you want to know about Krishna. You want to know about Krishna. Like I say, okay, you know God is great, but you want to know how God is great, how great God is. So when you dwell into these concepts, this understanding, then you will appreciate Krishna more. When you appreciate Krishna more, the taste for the chanting becomes more. Okay, so basically we want to increase the taste for the chanting. So if you go on chanting the Maha Mantra without knowing the true essence, the knowledge that we have in all this Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, there will come a point, say, I don't know, somebody asked me to chant, I'm chanting, I don't know who is Krishna, I'm just chanting, the thing, the essence will be diluted. All right, so reading is important also. However, what is suggested here is that that too much of technicalities or too much of analytical, so we don't have to be worried about, oh, I don't understand all these terms Mataji is giving me, like that. So you don't have to worry about it. This is just to strengthen the understanding, and it should ultimately increase the taste for chanting, okay, and increase attachment to Krishna. Okay, so that is the conclusion of the lesson for today. We will meet for part 2 next week, Friday. Okay, so anybody wants Bhagavatam, please let me know. And try to get some small books also. You can come over to temple. The temple is open for Sunday feast. So please come if you are in Klang Valley. All right, so any questions, Matis? So thank you so much for coming, 5 of you. It's been a great interaction.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Good
Thank you,
night.
Thank you,
Mataji. Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Thank you.
Mataji.
Mangala
Thank
Mataji, Guna Mataji, Roja Mataji, Mataji, Jai
Thank you.
Mataji.
you.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so much.
Thank you so much, Hare Krishna. Good night.
Have a restful day, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.